Hello guys, welcome to this new Coach Dev Academy Lab Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez and today we're gonna go with the Aston Vantage GT4 around the Nurburgring for the week 11 of the Falcon GT4 challenge. And yeah, as usual, first I'm gonna go with the hot lap and then I'm gonna go into more details about the combo car and truck. So yeah, let's go. Alright guys, here we go for the lap around the Nurburgring GP with the Aston. Start finish line, and then we will approach very quickly the first corner. So I will stay with 5th gear because I think it's no need to put wait, I will stay with 5th gear because I think there is no need to put 6th gear, and I'm gonna brake pretty much close to the 100-meter boards, like between the 100-meter board, I would say, and the beginning of the grass on the left side, like on the left side of the white line. So as you can see, like I would say, like just side by side with the grass, basically. If I look at this camera, I guess I'm starting to brake as soon as I'm getting close to the grass. So let's see. Yeah, as you can see, pretty much close to the grass. So on board, it means I'm braking like, I guess, close to the 100-meter board. So yeah, pretty much close to the 100-meter board. So basically, yeah, between these 2 points. So then I'm gonna jump on the brakes, like I'm gonna use between 90 and full brakes, I would say. Then I'm gonna turn in quickly, and then I'm gonna release the brakes to find the rotation. And as you can see, I'm gonna go really aggressively on the power because I need to find some rotation out of it. Basically, like it's pretty much always the same in GT4. You really have to work on your exits to find the rotation, and it's the truth for like every cars and on every tracks. So yeah, you need to really work on your exit to find the rotation on power. As you can see, I need to stay like careful anyway on the throttle because if I go full power straight away, like I'm staying like a bit of a margin, as you can see. But if I go straight away with full power, I'm gonna have a wheel spin. So you need to find the limit between finding the rotation, like optimize as much as you can the throttle with the car, but also not being too aggressive and going full power because then you're gonna have wheel spin. And with the GT4 with like big TC, it's definitely not ideal. So in this T1, I'm not really going too deep on the inside because obviously like there is an off track. I think there is a slowdown as well, so that's why I'm not taking much risks in it. And also because it depends of the curves, but for example, with this car, it can get a bit bouncy, so I prefer to not choose it because I think I have more to lose if I go too deep on the inside. But if you go with the Merc, for example, or with the Porsche, it behaves a bit better, so I think it's fine to go a bit more deeper in the inside. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to the next corner. So here we go. I'm not going too wide also on the exit of T1 because I think there is, and for sure there is enough track on the exit. If you go too wide on the over the bricks. So yeah, I just prefer to stay a little bit tighter on this one. And also because I will have to move to the right side of the track to prepare this one. I'm not gonna go straight away to the right side, but I prefer to stay a bit tighter on the exit of T1 because then it gives me more time to prepare the turn 2. So yeah, as you can see, I'm moving pretty quickly on the right side of the track, and then I'm gonna brake like as soon as the beginning of the curb is on the bottom left side of my windshield. So I'm gonna release the throttle obviously and jump on the brakes. Don't need the big pressure on this one. It's basically just to slow down a little bit the car. And because I also find more rotation with a slightly input on the brakes. And this one is pretty a quick corner, even if it's soft camber, but you have a lot of rotation. And same, like I'm gonna go early on power, as you can see. And like I said before, not too aggressively because then I'm gonna get some slip. So it's gonna just slides, and the fact that the corner is off camber will basically means it's gonna be a bit more slippery if I go too aggressively. So then, as you can see on power, and then I'm gonna use most of the track on the exit. Same, you cannot use the curb that much with the car because if I go with my left wheels on the curb, I'm gonna get the off track. And same for this one. If you feel that the car gets a bit loose on the exit of this one, you can basically short shift fourth gear. As you can see, I think I'm using third on this one. Yeah, like for example, at this point, as you can see, I'm putting a slight input to the right, and I could basically put fourth gear, I think, on this one. But I think it's fine. Like if there is like a huge slide, you can put fourth gear, and it's gonna basically find the grip again. But yeah, you can use both things. Like if you go with third, it's fine. If you go with fourth, it's fine. So yeah, it's just up to you basically. So then we're gonna enter the Mercedes arena. So I'm gonna aim pretty much for the apex. And as you can see, I need to brake like straight for this one. So what I'm doing on this one is that I'm basically going to the complete right, and then as soon as I'm close to with the brakes, I'm gonna turn in to the left and aim for the apex on this one. So on this one, I'm gonna use the third gear because I think this one is better than second, because second can be a bit loose and you can lose the rear. So as you can see, I'm just keeping a slight amount of brakes. And as soon as I get the right speed, I'm gonna go back on power to find the rotation. And one thing I'm doing on this one is that I'm not gonna go too aggressively to find a lot of speed out of this one, because I'm already thinking about the next corner, which is a corner when you have to exit with a lot of speed. So what I'm doing on the exit of this one first is that I'm gonna try to exit as tight as I can. So as you can see, I'm basically using the bricks like all the way. I'm gonna try to chase. I'm gonna go slightly backwards. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna use like all the curb. Same for this one. Is pretty tricky to find the track limit. Like you have to be careful to not use too much inside. So just a thing about the off track. But like this, it's fine. So still third gear, and as you can see, I'm gonna exit really tight of this one, because first it gives me a better angle to approach this one. Because if I'm too tight, obviously I'm gonna have to maybe brake or lift much more than what I'm supposed to do with using that line. And because I have to put like less steering angle, which means I can go slightly more aggressive on power. And you need, like I said, like always, you need to work on your exits with this car. Maybe you need to sacrifice a bit the entry, but the fact is that it gives you a much better exit. So on this one, I'm exiting tighter, and as you can see, I'm not putting that much steering angle, and I'm just lifting a little bit, because when you go over this inside curb, it can unsettle a bit the car. And I notice I prefer to lift a bit more before. And as soon as I'm leaving the curb, I'm going like nearly full power, I guess. Yep, full power, and then I'm using all of the track on the exit. Same for this one. Track limit is not really precise, so do not choose too much of the track on the exit. And also because I don't think it's really necessary if you use this line anyway. So yeah, as you can see, I'm on power, close to the curb on the inside. I'm lifting because I know that it can settle the car, and then full power on the exit. And as you can see, I'm not putting that much steering angle, same because I'm with like full power, and if I put too much steering angle, I'm gonna lose the car. So now we approach the next corner, and I'm gonna brake like at the beginning of the grass, like basically at the end of the sprint layout. So I'm gonna jump on the brakes at this point. So as you can see, some brakes, like 60% or so, and I'm gonna aim for the apex on this one using a little bit of curb, I guess. I don't know if I used that much, to be honest. But yeah, it was like a nice apex. I'm not sure if it's really necessary to use the curb, but for sure you have to be really on the inside of this one. And same approach, like you're gonna have to sacrifice a bit the exit this time to prepare the entry of this one. So you can't really see it now because it's on my left screen, but that's pretty much the approach of this one. So same for this one, I'm going early on power to find the rotation. So then back on power, and then I need to move straight away to the left side. So basically it helps me to take the corner with a better angle, and same I can use the camber of the corner. Because if I enter too much on the inside, I will have to brake more and I won't be able to carry as much speed. And same, I'm gonna have to maybe brake more to find the rotation or put a bit more steering angle, and it's not gonna be any good for the exit basically because you have quite some time. Like the straight is quite long after this one. So as you can see, I'm moving to the middle part of the track, and then I'm on the brakes. No need too much brakes. Same for this one. Most of the time it's just to find the rotation. As soon as you don't carry too much speed, like for example, if you carry too much speed on the exit of this one, it means you're gonna have to put more brakes. And maybe the fact that you put more brakes means you're gonna maybe hit the ABS and lose some rotation. So it's really important to not carry too much speed on the exit of some corners, especially on these tracks. And yeah, small brakes just on the entry a bit more. And then as you can see, I'm trying to find the rotation with the brakes. Same with the power. I'm trying to not hit full power too early because then I'm gonna have some wheel spin, and then I'm gonna use all of the track on the exit. You can ride like all of the curbing on the exit. So then we're gonna move to the hairpin. I'm gonna brake slightly after the grass ends on the left side. On the bricks, like I would say in the middle of this kind of kink, I will call this like that. And as you can see, using the curbing on the brakes, and then I'm gonna aim for the first apex. It's not really an apex, but the main thing is that, like I said, I'm trying to work on my exit, and basically I'm gonna try to be tight on the middle of this one. So I'm gonna go slightly wider on this one. So if you don't hit the apex, like using the curb on the inside is fine, but the main thing is to be mid corner in the middle of this one. So then you have a tight exit, and it's gonna be better for the traction. So as you can see, a lot of brakes. And then when I'm in the middle, as you can see, I'm releasing the brakes slightly, and I'm gonna try to find the rotation. And I'm also back on power, so same, just to find the rotation. This one can be pretty tricky, so I'm gonna try to be safe on power as well. But it seems like I got the right speed, so I went a bit earlier full power. And same for this one, use all of the curbing on the exit. And now we approach the Schumacher races. So I'm gonna use all the curbing on the entry, and then I'm gonna turn in. It's basically flat out, no matter if you have full fuel or if it's quali, it's exactly the same. And I think on this one we are like with 50 liters or so, but it's basically enough fuel for the 30 minutes race, and we are still flat out, so no worries about this. So all the curbing on the entry, same for this one. I'm upshifting to fifth gear using all the curbing on the inside as well for this one. And then you can use all the curbing on this one as well. Just one thing is that if you hit the gravel and you are too deep on the inside, you're gonna get the use slowdown, which is like, I think it's 2 seconds or so, but it's much more than 2 seconds most of the time on iRacing. So yeah, all the curbing on the inside. And then we approach one of the best, I think my favorite area of the track. So I'm gonna brake I'm gonna use some of the runoff on the right side. I'm gonna brake close to the 100-meter board, like nearly, like as soon as I can't see the 100-meter board, I'm gonna start to brake. So as you can see, really close to the windshield on the brakes. And then I'm gonna try to slow down as much as I can the car, and as soon as I slow it down enough, I'm gonna release the brakes, find the rotation. I'm gonna put third gear for this one, I think. And then I'm gonna try to be as close as I can from the grass. And same for this one. I'm not going to be too aggressive on the exit because I need to go straight away to the left side of the track, prepare the next corner. So it's just a matter of preparing the corners every time on this track, pretty much. So I'm not going to go too aggressively on the throttle for the exit of this one. And straight away on the left side of the track to prepare the next one. I think I'm putting fourth gear just before this one, and I'm going to go back with third once again on for the approach of this one. I'm going to brake, I think, slightly like after the beginning of this curbing on the right side. As you can see on the brakes, just slight amount of brakes just to find the rotation. No need to bet that much. It's just a matter of like 10% or something like that. And then full power on the exit, find the rotation. And then we're going to find one of the trickiest part of the track, which is the really fast chicane. And it's going to be tricky for one thing, is the huge curb on the entry of it. So I'm going to brake around the 100-meter board of this one. So it depends of the curve. With like the Porsche, I think you have to brake slightly before. And with the Merc, it's pretty similar to the Aston, I believe. But yeah, it's pretty much close to the 100-meter boards. So I'm going to brake really heavily on this one. And then I'm going to go with third gear. And I'm going to try to get as much curb as I can on the inside. Because I found that if you just go slightly on the curb will bounce just too badly. And you're going to lose like loads of time. So it's pretty much the same with every course. You have to ride a lot of curb on the inside, and also because you have to think about the exit of the chicane, which is basically also very important because you have to get the right angle to put the power like the right manner, I would say. So you have to use like a lot of curb on this one. As you can see, I'm still on the brakes to find a bit of rotation I can try to find, and also because I can't basically find the rotation out of the throttle, which makes sense because you arrive with a lot of speed and it's a really slow corner. So as you can see on the brakes, and then I'm gonna go early on power to find the rotation again, and because I need to carry speed and find the momentum for the exit. So then as you can see, it's quite a quick sector because you have to really be quick on the steering wheel as well. I'm still steering left, and quickly I need to steer to the right to use the inside curb for this one. So this one is also pretty tricky. I don't think you can really avoid the bounce on this one, because if you cut too much the curbing, then you're gonna get the slowdown. But yeah, I think as soon as you don't go like with the left wheels on this curb, it's okay. But yeah, it's pretty tricky to find consistency over this one because you are still a bit scared to get the off track. But this way is fine. I think the Aston is not the best car, to be honest, over the curbs. I think the Porsche behaves much better than expected, and it's the same with the AMG. But if you get those curbs right, you're gonna be fine no matter which car you use. And then same for this one. I try to stay quite tight on this exit, even if it's tricky because it bounces quite a lot. And yeah, basically the fact that I'm gonna be tighter with this car gives me more traction. And then for the last corner, I'm gonna use the curbing on the inside. I'm gonna brake slightly on the curb, but I'm not gonna put too much pressure. I think like as soon as I'm leaving the curb, I will put more pressure. Yep. That's pretty much the thing. And then I'm gonna stay on the brakes, find the rotation, still on the brakes, and early on power to find the rotation. Same for the exit. As you can see, I've just lifted just a bit like this, because yeah, it can be a bit slippery sometimes on the exit. But yeah, it's the same approach all the time. Slow entry, fast exit, and just try to work on your inputs, brakes, and throttle to find the rotation. And yeah, that's it for the lap around Nurburgring with the Aston Vantage GT4, guys. Alright guys, that's it for today with this lap guide with the Aston and Nurburgring for week 11 of the Falcon GT4 Tire Challenge. Hope you enjoyed this video and you learned a bit from it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and as well join the Discord server if you have any questions about the setups or everything provided by Coach Dave Academy. And yeah, see you next season, I guess. At least for me, that's it for me this season with the lap guides. And yeah, enjoy the next lap guides on the channel. See you guys next time. Bye bye.